Ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to the grand exhibition match which will kick off our Deluxe tournament. Deluxe is a series which brings together 32 fighters, both front and counter fighters, together to clash in the ultimate tourney to decide who among them will be crowned the strongest fighter, the champion of Deluxe. And starting us off is going to be an exhibition match to whet your appetite and show off just a bit of the talent on display for our illustrious tourney. Over in the top corner, bearing the red gloves, we've got one of our premier counter fighters, Arcsoulzero, wielding Odium into battle. While down at the bottom, it's yours truly, the host of the tournament himself, God's man, wielding his trusty Liael deck with the blue gloves, hoping to create yet another miracle in this tournament, but Arcsoul may just bring those wings of salvation crashing to the ground. And if the matchup seems a little bit familiar, well, that's because you're right, it is quite familiar, as it was the matchup that both began and ended the Destined Showdown. So we've got yet again a very thematic retelling of this epic clash, and also somewhat thematic, as this was the first battle we saw in Season 3 of Divine. So how about that? It seems that random chance and fate has a sense of humor. And now then, without any further ado, let's go ahead and begin this opening salvo that'll sound the fireworks to come. Are you ready, my opponent?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, but...
Then let's do this.
Hey, future me, future little one, I hope you enjoyed the show.
The future's going to be the name of this game, I imagine. So then, say it with me. Stand up.
Ready? Stand up, oh.
So, Vanguard.
Vanguard, oh.
Wings aspirations so well.
Here, Quattolado, sweeping distance.
Alright. Reinotan. Draw. From my hand, I discard Sevidus. Let's ride. Patrol of Gus Ventesta. Energy generator set. And I'll end the turn there.
Alright. Draw. Alright. We'll discard the Fire Regalia. And ride a Maiden Tiglet. And now, because I went second, I draw one extra card. And during the right phase, I will set the energy generator and recharge 3. And Tiglet comes the Destined Timepiece. Let's hope this time favors us. Call Philia. Because you have one out of reverse, Philia gets 5k. And now we'll go straight into battle. Philia boost, Tiglet attack, this will be 21k on Vanguard.
Alrighty then, no guard.
Alright, let's do this, guys. Drive check. Alright, another Philia.
And next, the damage check. Rifistur.
Interesting. It's either saying it's not and he's there right now, but who knows, all it takes is one heal trigger to change everything.
Well, I'll say a quote that I'm sure you can vibe with. All great things take time.
Indeed, they do. Philia skill, put into soul. Draw 1. And Fernando.
Let's draw. From my hand, I discard my faithful friend Gabuelius. Energy charge 3. Draidon. Knight of Great Advance. Ascensior. Ventesta no Skid. Soul charge 1. Alright. Ventesta calls itself to the rearguard circle. Additionally, let's call Aerial Sage. Shall we use it now?
Interesting.
Okay. Ventesta moves back. And I call Knight of Bowstreaks Nobaris. Ascensior attacks with support for 18 on Tiglet.
Maybe 18. No guard.
The drive check. Yosh! Critical trigger! Critical to Ascensior. Power goes Nobaris.
Okay. First damage check. What's on your Colossus? Second damage check. Oof, 2. Okay, interesting.
Seeing double, are we? Well, let's try and make it triple. I go for 28 on Tiglet.
Go 28. And 28. Can't be taking too much early, so guard and guard with Tiscar. Tiscar skill. Oh shit, that's not enough, is it? Oh, that's 20. 28, right? And alright, Tiscar. B1, see if we can find somebody else to guard with. Oh, yeah, actually that works. That actually kind of works. Patience.
Alright then. A hefty guard, but it might just be worth it. In which case, the turn passes back to you.
After all, it's a little bit too early to be taking, 3 damage against a Rezael.
I tried my best to rush you down with what I had, but you were able to thwart it pretty easily, all things considered. But, taxing 3 cards, I'll take what I can get.
Discard critical trigger. Tiglet. Ride. Into Life Cessation Colossus. Skill. Place Colossus. Colossus, but they're in a regress gauge. Draw 2. So, recuperate a little bit of what we lost.
Nice.
Now, even I'm under a little predicament of do I use it now?
The way you say that, it almost makes me think you and I have a certain card in both our hands.
Perhaps, right. A certain card that may easily change the tide of battle.
What do you do?
We'll call Zimmy, and then let's see this. No. Yeah, call. I'll do it now. Call Deluxe.
Ah, the ace unit. With its unique skill, when it's placed on the rear circle other than during the battle phase, not only does it get 5,000 power, but energy blasting 3 to look at the top 7 cards of the deck, placing one in the soul, and then you can call a card from the soul with great less than or equal to your Vanguard over the rear circle. And I imagine, because of the Philia that you put in on the last turn, that might come to the field unless you find something better. Let's see what you get.
Okay. Choose a total card from money, put it into yourself. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, I'm actually going to put a Distorted Bane into the soul. And then, I will go and call, yes, you guessed correctly, Ophelia.
Fascinating. Oh, I see. So by doing that, if you could then later Soul Blast it out, you can then put it back in with the effect of perhaps Anachronis Dragon, and that's how you can get the Distorted Bane into circulation. It's a vicarious way of searching it out.
And also, it also reduces the chances of damage checking it.
Not bad. Alright.
Because since we had to give a patience, so we need other way. We have to use every chance available to salvage a Distorted Bane.
Oh.
Each piece gets the clock closer to midnight. Alright. I think we can keep rushing. Oh, another Filio. Enter battle phase. CB1. Pull the Anachronis Dragon, and then from the drop zone, we'll go ahead and put. Yeah, I'll put Tiscar into the regress stage.
Cool.
We'll go first with Zimmy, Colossus. So attack the Vanguard for 18k.
No Gado.
Grab check. Yeto, critical trigger. Critical to Colossus, and then power to Anachronis Dragon.
Alright then. Check 1.
Oh.
Trigger. Huh.
You had that plan for me. Oh.
Well, I wish that was a plan, but at the same time, I'll take it. Removing it from play and drawing one card. And then my Vanguard gets 100 million. Fascinating. That is not what I expected to see at that point. Damage check 2. Okay.
Oh, that's another new card. Oh, that's the new one. That the Great 3 Interceptors.
Yeah.
Fascinating. So you're using a lot of new cards.
Yeah, Reziel is an ever-growing doctor after all, right? Just as the medical science increases, so does his knowledge and use of different units. Although, I must say, that completely changes the course of the events hitting this over trigger. Now the since you're at such high values, I assume you're going to have to just attack my rear guard for the rest of the turn.
Indeed. It did stop me from doing any potential rush potential. But yeah, also fun fact, Josh.
Oh.
That Bright Sky was actually the first overtrigger you recommended me when I first picked up the game. So very, very funny how everything's been coming full circle this time.
That's nostalgic, isn't it? It's also funny. I ran the Night Sky in the previous tournament, but this time running back over into Bright Sky, it's sort of like I turned over a different leaf there.
Alright, affiliate boost and a Chronos Dragon. This is going to be 31k on Nibiris.
I'm sorry, my friend. I'll get you back later.
Yep. Alright, well, right now that's all I can do. So, you have more than one rear guard, so affiliate won't trigger right now, but we'll get there. Pass turn.
Alright then. Stando draw. Energy charge. I discard one card from my hands.
Oh.
And then
Oh my god.
descend on the white wings of fate and restore fate to the fallen. Raido. Kiseki no Inmesha. Reziel. Ascension no skill. Choosing one card from my drop zone and calling it back to the field of battle. I select my ace unit himself. So, looks like my suspicion was right. We both had our ace unit there, and we were both debating on using it on turn 2. But I saved mine a little bit. Isked it. With Isked skill, when it's placed on the rear circle other than during the battle phase, I can energy blast 3. I choose from the top 7 of my cards a card with grade less than or equal to my Vanguard's grade. And then I can choose either that called unit or this unit, and it cannot be chosen or retired by your effects until the end of the next turn.
And a Chronos Protection, I see.
Let's see. Good options. I know who I want. From my deck, I call Kiseki no Genmaju. Rifistur. The other miracle has appeared. And with his skill, I counterblast 1. Looking at the top 7 cards of the deck, and adding a Reziel from among them to the hand. No targets. However, that means I can then countercharge right back. 2,000 power will go to Ventesta because I'm now on Reziel, and 5,000 power goes to my Aerial Sage because I'm on Reziel. Okay, now it's time for combat. Let's begin with the Ace unit. I'll be attacking on your Ace unit for 10.
Okay then. I like falls, unfortunately.
That almost feels thematic. Now, Ike, Reziel, skill Hatsuro. With Infinite Mercy, I counterblast 1 card. And choose up to 2 units from the drop zone whose total grades is less than or equal to the grades, or rather cards in my damage zone. With 2 cards in the damage zone, I'm only going to be able to call 1 unit, and I call Nilberis. Nilberis no skill. When placed by the effect of Reziel, this unit gets 10,000 power until the end of the turn. I won't be using the skill of Aerial Sage, so in total, 26 on your Vanguard with a Twin Drive.
Okay.
Alright then. Check a 1.
Oh,
No
yeah.
trigger. Check a 2. No trigger.
The Elementario though coming in perfect timing.
It's just another clutch 1-of in this match.
Indeed. Okay.
let's see what the damage check holds.
Yep. Critical trigger. Okay. We will take that. Take the defensive. We take the defensive where we can.
Alright.
Power to Vanguard.
Should I attack on Anachronos Dragon? No. I don't believe I should. Let's see if we can't try to push you even higher. I attack for 20 on 20 with no Betis.
The only cards I know currently is... The cards I know currently in hand is a critical trigger from first attack turn, the Elementary, and the Nobio. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. You know those 3 cards. Everything else in my hand has been a mystery.
Is unknown. Okay. I'll take this one.
Alright. And now, Nobitis Dusky. Energy Blasting 3 and placing Noberis into the Soul. We draw 1 card and then look at the top part of the deck and decide its placement. Paro Ichimaituro. And then, let's check. To the bottom. And now, Ike, Kiseki no Genmaju, attacking for 25 on your Vanguards. And remember, Kiseki no Genmaju has a continuous skill for my Ace unit to where it can't be chosen or retired by your effects for this upcoming turn.
Okay, don't want to go to 5 that early, so guard.
Alright then. With that, I end my turn. Back to you.
Alright. Relentless as always, aren't we?
Well, I'm trying the best I can to keep up the heat here, but who knows how well that's going to turn out for me.
That's true. Alright then. Let's go to critical trigger. Okay. Let's do this. The ever-eternal clock. Refractor, reforge. Upon midnight, we enter a new dawn. Ride. Destined one at a time. Liael Odium.
She's here.
Active. And then energy charge 3. Okay. Activate Disordered Bane. We will soul charge 1. PG. We draw 1. Okay, and that's actually pretty good, actually, not gonna lie. Call Rainbow Magician, Colorful Magician Rayos. When it's placed in rear guard trick, I can Soul Blast 1 now. And Soul Blast the Disordered Bane, and now get a Persona Shield trigger.
Now that you've played in order, those Philias are going to be online regardless of how many of my rear guards go bye-bye here.
Which is pretty good. And then furthermore, because I activated Disordered Beam, Odium gets 10k power. And for every Disordered Beam, my rear guards get an additional 5k power. But let's do this one. Okay. Rest you say cannot be retired, so we'll start with this Philia, Anachronus. I'll use the Anachronus skill to give itself 5k power. It won't be able to retire anything because I don't have 3 regress stages yet. The extra 5k power is still more than enough. I will attack the... Yeah. I'll go ahead and swing at the Vanguard. 4, 23, 36k.
Okay. I don't want to do this. Critical's out. You've got a critical and damage check, and you've also got 3 more in the drop zone. That means maximum critical count in that deck is 4. That's not very high, so your Vanguard isn't likely to be super dangerous for this upcoming swing, so I might actually be able to take it. Since that's the case, let's go, Aibo. Lithestor intercepts, and I guard from the hand with Alpak, plus 5,000 to the shield. 38 total.
Yep, 38 total. Alright, Philly's skill though. I'm gonna put her back in, put her into soul. Draw 1, Alright. And then because I have Odium out, this is going to be 5 plus 2, 7. Let me boost. Swing with Odium. Skill activate. Blast Stilio. And then it gets triple, and then put comes back into the reverse stage. And triple drive for 23, 38.
No Gado.
Oh, interesting. We're saving the sync too. Okay then. First check. Critical trigger. Critical to Odium. Power to Rails. Second check. No first check. Third check. Ghetto! Double critical! Critical to Odium, power to Rails.
Okay. Triple check. Check 1. Got my own critical trigger. All effects go to Kiseki no Unmesha. Check 2. No trigger. Third and final check. It's another critical trigger. More power goes to Reziel. Oh, I wasn't expecting that double critical right there, especially with so many of them so out. That means there's a confirmed only 2 criticals left in that deck.
I will not use any of the effects to retire yourself yet.
Okay.
Lucifilio. Rails attacks the Vanguard, skill activate. When it attacks a breakthrough grid unit, it gets another 5k power. This is going to be 53k on the Vanguard. Do you have 25 shield or a PG?
I'll guard with Little Arch and 2 Aerial Sages.
Okay. Skill. Put her into the soul. Okay. 1. Okay then. That's gonna be everything we can do for now. Okay, managed to even it out a bit.
In the beginning, when the Destined Showdown first started, I remember how that fight went. Riding into Vita and then ending Odium before it even had a chance to use its divine skill. And with the state of the game and how backed against the wall I am, let's see if I can't recreate that miracle. Stand on the draw. Flying along the guided path, lead their lives with white wings of salvation. Prospis and Raido, Kiseki no Unmeo, Reziel Vita. With the Persona Ride in effect, draw 1 card and give 10,000 power to my front row. Next, let's call Nobia from the hands. Nobia skill, Counterblast 1. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Call 1. And it's a great hit. Cool. Nilbetters, my faithful friend. The other 2 units to the bottom of the deck. And then finally, call Sevidus. 2,000 power goes here. It's time for combat. Nilbetters, attack you. This is for 20 on your Vanguard.
I'm done. I'll give you the Persona shield.
Okay. Nilbetters no skill. Draw a card. Look at the top card of the deck and decide its placement. To the bottom. Ike. Nobia. Nobia no skill. Soul Blast 1. 10,000 power goes to Nobia. Total power, 38 on your Vanguard.
38?
Yes.
Okay. Because I know Rezo's gonna come next. You're gonna call, and I have an idea what you're gonna be calling from Rezi's skill. Which means I have to do with Okay. Yeah. I'll take the damage here. Damage check.
Alright then. Ataque. Unmeo. Liael Vitani. Attack. Skill Hatsu. Counter blasting 1. And now I call 2 cards with the sum of their grades being equal to or lower than my damage. So I call Rifisture, Severus, and then by placing Rezael from hand to soul, Ikeibo, Blessed Dragon, Gaberius, Speriocon. And now, various skills go off at this point. With 2 of my Kiseki no Mesha in the soul, an extra 5,000 power goes to my Rezael. 5,000 power is going to go to Aerial Sage when boosting. Then, I'm going to grant an extra 5,000 power to all units called by this effect. If that wasn't enough, I can then activate their own skills. Let's start with the skill of Rifisture. When Rifisture is called into play, if I have a Rezael Vanguard, I can counterblast 1. Look at the top 7 cards of the deck and see if I can't find myself a Rezael. So, let's see what fate holds. Alright then. I add Kiseki no Meo to my hands. And then shuffle the deck.
22. Okay.
Next up, Skill of Sevidus. Soul Blast 1. An extra 5,000 power goes to the front row. And then, Skill of Gabwilius. Soul Blast 1 again. Gabwilius is going to look at the top card of the deck and decide its placement. To the bottom. An extra 5,000 power goes to Gabwilius. And then finally, discarding 1 card from the hand in order to activate Skill of Aerial Sage. Plus 2,000 power goes to Aerial Sage, and I counterblast or countercharge 1. Let's countercharge you. This is perhaps the best offense I can muster at this point. Everything's on the table here. Can you guard this attack? This is going to be for 53 with the Twin Drive.
53? Jesus Christ. I have to. Again, I'm gonna give you the PG. You pushed it out.
All right. Check 1. It's a heal trigger. We'll recover a critical trigger from the damage zone. And then power goes to the Rifisture.
And that's why we didn't countercharge critical.
Second check.
No
trigger. And now, let's go, my faithful friend. Attacking with support. Activating skill. Counterblast 1. An extra 10,000 power goes to Gabwilius. I take away a drive and perform a drive check. Total power here is 58 with 1 drive on your Vanguard.
58?
Yes.
How much is Rifisture gonna be?
Rifisture will gain an extra 10,000 power when he goes in for combat. So currently right now, Rifisture is sitting at a whopping 63 against your Vanguard, with no Sentinels being allowed.
So Rifisture you said is 63 or 50? 63 you said?
63, demanding a minimum of 55 shield to guard it.
Okay. Damn, I can't believe it's gonna come down to this again, isn't it? OC guard Gabwilius? Man, wow. It really is just time repeating itself, but let's just hope this time we actually survive this one.
Let's see if we do.
Let's see if we do. No!
Critical trigger! All effects go to Gabwilius.
Okay.
Let's see.
No.
Oh, and damage checking the Distorted Bane. That was too close, though.
I legitimately forgot I had this and dropped them.
Oh, the fire recalls to try and tutor out cards. Oh, I hear that. This was a great first match, though. It definitely it ended in a way that I don't think people would have really expected. Despite Odium versus Liael, there was no divine skills activated during this fight. It ended without any of them. And to be honest, I probably think that me not activating divine skill might have been greed, but for some reason I just felt like I wanted to hold on just in case. That said, this was still a fantastic showing. You threw a lot of pressure at me in that early game, and most particularly taking Odium and having the double crit there kept me on my toes. But that just went to say it was go time. With all that damage there in display, let's just counter blast like we're having a party or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with you early rushing me, I had to respond in kind because I knew if after the moment you started early rushing, I kind of figured, okay, that's the game plan. He's trying to get me as close to 4 or 5. And when he goes to Liael's turn, it puts a lot more pressure on me to having a guard, which is why unlike how I like to usually play, I actually had to guard a little bit more aggressively. And on the grade 2 turn, I did miscount on the whole extra 5k guard. I probably could have taken it, but again, if I would have gone 3-4 earlier, that probably wouldn't have worked. But then again, we see how those damage shakes play out. Oh, we could have drawn the Persona right 1 turn earlier. Who knows? But this was interesting. The reason I was asking for Ristofor numbers was because I had the front and 2 crits in hand. So that's why I'm like, okay. So that's about 50k shield value plus the rails. That's 55. So that would have been enough for the. In other words, I was not going to survive. I was going to have to take one of them. I was either going to have to take the Gavolia's gamble or the Ristofor gamble.
Right, fair enough, because when you add up all that shield in the hand, 20 plus 20 plus 15 plus 5, that's a total of 60 shield to put you up to 73. So yeah, you did have to rely on this drive check not working, which the fact that it was a critical even without using the divine skill, it was a miracle. That's another thing, right? Our drive checks were definitely good, very aggressive, kept each other like just pushing further and further. So what a good match here, and I'm glad we had this as our exhibition here. This is just a sign of things to come for the Deluxe tournament. And as one last aside, for those of you who are wondering when it's going to come down, I mentioned it in the intro video before, but expect Tuesday to be the start of Deluxe round 1, where all the fighters are going to start clashing with each other. We're going to get some feature match footage in there in between. That way we can keep the audience enticed and in the action, and also so you can see some of your favorite fighters that you want to root for, get to see some play there. So definitely expect those in a few days time. But in the meantime, you're looking for other content to chew on all the while, we've got a lot of content here on the channel. We've got top 10s, discussions, custom card reviews, other fights like these, and also the anime reaction series, which recently ended with season 3. So we're in an off season right now, so if you want to catch up on the anime, now's definitely the perfect time for it. It's based on Deluxe, which is what this tournament is based off of, so now would be a golden opportunity if you haven't watched the Deluxe season of Divines as it was. And with all that said, take care and God bless y'all. See you in Deluxe.
See you in Deluxe, everybody.